There we go, you got it! Yeah!
Mike Tyson just ditched his legend label for clown, and I'm not exaggerating. If you haven't heard, he was spotted partying with Jake Paul at Trump's inauguration. Yep, asterisk that asterisk Jake Paul, the one Tyson claimed to hate. Remember when he said,
I think I'm gonna have to handle this situation. You gonna knock him out? I think I'm gonna hurt him, yeah.
Now, fans like us are left picking up the pieces of our shattered trust. Tyson and Paul spent the whole last year dangling a fake rivalry in front of us, playing with our emotions like puppets, only to pull this stunt. The clip of Jake lifting Tyson onto his shoulders like some gin bro broke the internet, and not in a good way, tagging him as his best friend on Instagram. Please, the betrayal cuts deep, and the more I think about it, the more their motives stink. Tyson and Paul are officially the scammers of the decade, and we fans are left traumatized for life. What do you get when a boxing legend trades punches with a YouTube troll, all capped off at a presidential circus hosted by Donald Trump? The biggest joke of the century. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, and Trump in the same room feels less like a headline and more like the setup to a joke nobody wants to hear.
And one reason only, and that is the money. He's getting paid so much money to do this. So that tells me he's getting bought. So again, it is sad that someone like Mike Tyson...
People claiming that it was rigged because many people bet a lot of money and they lost a lot of money.
Let's break this down and see how Tyson and Paul turned boxing into a bad Netflix comedy. It all started with a so-called boxing match between Tyson, who once struck fear into his opponents, and Jake Paul, whose deadliest weapon is his Wi-Fi connection. They squared off at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, a venue that's hosted real legends, now reduced to a reality TV set. The result? Paul, the walking YouTube comment section, somehow earned a unanimous decision over Tyson, who spent more time looking confused than throwing punches. Yeah, that seems totally legit.
Paul Mike Tyson fight.
Interesting.
Script.
How so? What do you mean by
It's just
script?
weird. It just
Like
Mike-
scripted in what way?
no, I don't know. I actually really like Jake Paul. It just seems so. It's odd, bro.
The timing. It's a timing.
I mean,
He
it's
fights
obviously
two-
odd.
No, he fights two no names, beats them both.
Tyson, bless his heart, entered the fight with a lot of tough talk.
I think I'm gonna have to handle this situation. You gonna knock him out? I think I'm gonna hurt him, yeah.
I'm going to hurt him. Yes, I'm going to hurt this young man. Bold words from someone who spent the entire fight getting jabbed by a guy who built his fame yelling about pranks online. Paul had vowed to knock out Tyson, seemingly relying on delusion as his secret weapon. The spectacle resembled two middle school kids bickering in gym class, except this time, millions of dollars in reputations were on the line, and the world watched.
X has spoken. The fight was scripted. Everyone is talking about this on X. And the script was actually leaked on X a few days.
Then came the weigh-in, peak absurdity. Paul accidentally stepped on Tyson's foot, earning a slap so weak it felt like it was choreographed by a high school drama teacher. Tyson's legendary death stare made a brief appearance, but Paul's profanity-laced meltdown stole the show. It was like watching a toddler throw a tantrum in Target. By the time the bell rang for the fight, it was clear to everyone that this wasn't about boxing. It was about who could deliver the most entertaining performance in this absurd spectacle. The ring wasn't for a match, it was the stage for a circus act.
Angry little elf. Mike Tyson, I thought that was a cute slap, buddy, but tomorrow you're getting knocked the fuck out. I'm f***ing him up, Burial. I'm f***ing him up. He hits like a... It's personal now. It's personal now. He must die.
But wait, it gets worse. After this so-called epic battle, where did these supposed mortal enemies go? Trump's inauguration party, of course, because nothing screams credible athlete like schmoozing at a political rally turned frat party. Tyson and Paul were spotted laughing, clinking glasses, and posing for Instagram like long-lost best friends. The highlight? A photo of Jake Paul lifting Tyson onto his shoulders like some victorious gladiator. Tyson, fist raised, looked less like a heavyweight champion and more like a dad embarrassing himself at a family barbecue. Never one to miss a clout opportunity, Paul captioned the photo "Best Friends" and tagged Tyson naturally. A scripted fight that generates besties. Sure, nothing says, we just had a brutal fight like playing frat bros at a Washington shindig. It's almost impressive how quickly they went from "I hate you" to "let's hang out." The bad blood? Faker than Paul's boxing credentials.
And it's just an honor to be able to fight him. And he's obviously the toughest, baddest man on the planet. So it was really tough, like I expected it to be.
Where it really stings is with the fans. Bless their hopeful hearts. They bought into this nonsense. They believed the trash talk, the fake animosity, the scripted drama. And what did they get? Two millionaires laughing all the way to the bank. People are calling it the heist of the century. But honestly, that feels generous. Tyson and Paul should be best friends. They pulled off the ultimate con. They didn't just humiliate themselves. They spat in the face of boxing's integrity.
Your assessment of Jake Paul, the boxer.
He's a very good fighter.
You think he deserves respect from the public?
Absolutely.
Hey, that was a good slap. I like that.
$60 million. That's how much this so-called Netflix boxing spectacle raked in, now better known as the $60 million heist. And honestly, calling it a heist feels like an understatement. Jake Paul, humanity's least requested boxing experiment, walked away with an absurd $40 million, while Mike Tyson, the once unstoppable destroyer of the heavyweight division, settled for a measly $20 million. $60 million for what? A glorified sparring session masquerading as a sporting event. Fans have dubbed it the heist of the century, and for once, the internet nailed it. This wasn't boxing, it was pure, unapologetic theater.
Just fighting to take care of my bills, basically. I don't have the stomach for this kind of no more. I'm more conscious of my children and those guys looking at my parents. I don't have that ferocity. I'm not an animal anymore.
Does that mean we won't?
Tyson and Paul didn't just sell tickets, they sold a dream. Tyson's larger-than-life reputation and Paul's knack for stirring up the internet combined into a marketing Frankenstein that could have sold ice to a polar bear. Fans flocked to their screens expecting blood, sweat, and the sweet satisfaction of Tyson teaching Paul a lesson. Instead, they got a bizarre mix of WWE theatrics and YouTube drama, with just enough boxing sprinkled in to legally call it a fight. The backlash was glorious. Social media erupted with fans who felt like they'd been pickpocketed while grinning for the cameras. Comments like asterisk, "they played us for millions asterisk," and asterisk, "rigged fight equals money," and "friendship asterisk" were some of the kinder reactions. Even those who illegally streamed the fight, yes, the people who didn't pay a dime felt scammed. When freeloaders are mad, you know you've hit a new level of con artistry. But fear not, because Jake Paul's glorified PR team, MVP Promotions, was ready with damage control. They released a statement claiming, asterisk, rigging a professional boxing match is a federal crime. Asterisk. Oh, fantastic. Because reminding people that rigging is illegal totally proves you didn't do it, right? That's like saying, asterisk, I can't be a thief. Sealing is against the law. Asterisk, bravo, MVP. Truly convincing.
Mike Tyson, it's such an honor. Let's give it up for Mike, bro. He's a legend. He's the greatest to ever do it.
And if you thought Jake Paul would take his ill-gotten millions and quietly fade into obscurity, think again. He's already plotting his next circus, with a shopping list of opponents that reads like a combat sports hall of fame. Floyd Mayweather Jr., Ryan Garcia, and even UFC powerhouse Alex Pereira. Yes, the guy who just spent 12 rounds dodging punches from a 57-year-old now thinks he's ready for the big leagues. Honestly, the audacity is almost impressive. Someone hand this man a trophy for asterisk, most delusional athlete of the decade asterisk. He's earned it in spectacular fashion.
Thing, man. It's a different thing with that guy.
Well, it's like Matt always says, play to your strengths.
Yeah, but you know, you got to take that payday. I mean, what did he make out of that fight? He probably made $10 million.
Yeah, and Jake Paul's very smart, man. Like he gets guys that he's bigger than. He's
younger
the only time
than.
he fought another boxer his size was
He
Tom
lost.
Fury, and he lost. Tom Fury?
Good fight.
Tommy Fury.
Very
Tommy
good
Fury.
fight. Very good fight. You know, I think he's like any other young up-and-coming boxer. It's just everybody dismisses him because.
Let's not overlook the sheer comedic genius of Jake Paul's antics. This is the guy who turned stepping on Tyson's foot into a viral moment and slapped a boxing legend like he was auditioning for a soap opera. What's next? Challenging a bear to a fight or taking on a squirrel in a backyard showdown? Jake Paul doesn't do boxing. He does performance art. It's a circus, and the truth is, we're all guilty of buying tickets to this freak show.
Here we go. You got it. Yeah!
Mike Tyson, once known as the baddest man on the planet, has now become a walking punchline. The same guy who struck fear into the hearts of every heavyweight is now reduced to playing Jake Paul's sidekick. From biting ears to cashing checks for rated fights, Tyson's career has gone from legendary to laughable. Sharing a buddy-buddy moment with Paul at a party after their so-called fight is the final nail in the coffin of his credibility. If this was meant to be his comeback, it's time to bow out gracefully. At the very least, delete Instagram. So, was it worth it? Was $60 million enough to justify turning boxing into a meme for Tyson and Paul? Clearly, the answer is yes for them. But for the fans, it's hard to shake off the feeling that they've been scammed. This wasn't a fight, it was a financial mugging. The referee, Tyson, and Paul weren't opponents, they were partners in crime. The only people who got knocked out were those who believed this was ever about boxing. Imagine being a die-hard Tyson fan, tuning in to see the legend reclaim some glory, only to watch him outmaneuvered by a guy whose greatest achievement is convincing people he can fight. And let's not forget Paul's fans, who think he's revolutionizing the sport. Newsflash, he's not. He's just turning boxing into yet another cash grab, complete with viral sound bites and Instagram captions.